You like white on rice, like flies on shut your mouth. Oh, foul, 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 foul. No foul, no foul. I said check, boy.
It's check. Let's go, man.
Let's go, Wise. The sky hook. What about that? He didn't want to play no defense. He too cute. Time out, time out, time out.
Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, donne e ragazzi, vecchie fanciulle, qua la parrucca, presto la barba, qua la sanguigno, presto via.
The all-new Lincoln MKX.
Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, qua la parrucca, presto.
Beauty, luxury, and all the fresh air you'll ever need.
My dream is to share my passion with others.
Life's calling. Where to next?
There's strong, and then there's Army strong. It's more than physical strength. It is emotional strength. Not just strength in numbers, the strength of brothers. Not just the strength to get yourself over, the strength to get over yourself. There's nothing stronger than the U.S. Army, because there is nothing stronger than a U.S. Army soldier. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. Visit GoArmy.com/strong.
So I get football 24/7 with Dish Network.
24/7.
Come on, man, you gotta feel it.
I feel it.
No, you have got to feel it.
All right. You're getting games every night of the week. Okay. About half the price of digital cable. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute.
Don't miss live primetime games starting Thanksgiving when the Broncos play the Chiefs on NFL Network on Dish Network. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for 10 months. Dish Network, better TV for all.
PJ is a single girl.
Hello.
Who loves to hang out with the boys.
Nice cleavage. Are you even wearing a bra?
My Boys, a TBS original comedy series, premieres November 28th, only on TBS.
Dallas is led by 10. Suns have led by 9. 9:30 in the first half. Well, this is not the only Texas field this state and this city will go through tonight. Of course, we have the Mavs and the Suns. NHL tonight, Coyotes against the Stars. This weekend, this Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals take on the Dallas Cowboys. Cardinals led by rookie USC quarterback Matt Leinart. And in NASCAR, the Phoenix International Raceway on Sunday. Last week, the Texas Motor Speedway hosting NASCAR. Larry Fitzgerald, one of the great young receivers in the NFL, on the left, and Kurt Warner, a one-time NFL MVP, on the right. Super Bowl quarterback Kurt Warner. The backup, the Leinart. Here we have a Stackhouse jumper over Dion, which counts. Nowitzki is on the floor. He's got a game-high 12. Stackhouse, Jop, Terry, and Devin Harris is back in the game after getting 2 quick fouls to start things off.
When I played Jerry Stackhouse, that's where I had the most problems with him, was when he took it down on the post. 1 or 2 dribbles away from the basket, either he can get to the hoop or do a little step back. That's what makes him so tough when he's 2 or 3 feet away from the bucket.
Rose is out there with Stoudemire, Marion, Barbosa, and Boris Diaw with Steve Nash waiting to check in. It's Nowitzki, and Marion is on him. Shot clock is down to 3. Diaw guarding Stackhouse. Too late. Nice defense by Diaw.
That was a very late developing play. They didn't get into it quickly enough, and then Diaw did a nice job moving his feet and taking that baseline away from Jerry Stackhouse. He sort of stumbled. You can see he doesn't have his legs yet. You know, Jerry's such an explosive athlete, and he stumbled when he tried to make that move.
Diaw is out. Nash has checked back in. He checked out at the 3:08 mark, and he's back in now with 8.5 to play in the first half. The Suns were -3 with Nash out of the game and on the floor, laying down. Barbosa has got a great stroke tonight. He has put in 10 points, and he is 3 of 3 from the field.
And when you're a jump shooter like Barbosa, you love to get some layups. So he's got the basket a couple times, hit a couple threes, so he's in a nice rhythm.
Doug, where do they want to get Nowitzki the ball?
Well, they'd like for him to get it about right in that area where he's 1 dribble away from the basket where they can't double team. Jalen does a nice job getting his hand up, but he's 7 feet. He just shoots right over the top.
Here's Barbosa the other way.
That's pretty good defense right
there.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, that's what a great offensive player does. They make tremendous shots. Here's Sean Marion with that long 3. He was 0 for 5 from the three-point line last night. I still think the one area of his game is I think he shoots too many threes. I don't think he's a good three-point shooter, and I think sometimes he shoots too many during the course of the game.
It's going to be interesting as the game evolves right here. There are Phoenix is 4 or 5 from beyond the arc. Is that going to open up the lane for Amadi Stoudemire to get going?
They had a switch on defense. Barbosa feeding to Marion. 2-on-1 with Rose. Back to Shaw. This Phoenix style looks a little familiar, doesn't it?
Well, that's where I like Sean Marion. He gets the steal, he gets it out on the break, and how about the nice touch pass from Jalen Rose? That's that ability that they have brought in here. He's 6'8", he's made a couple jumpers, but here's Sean Marion, one of the best in the league at finishing around the basket, always one of the tops in dunks. Look at this little touch pass, rewarding Sean Marion. Jalen Rose actually could have taken that shot, but he rewards his big man for the steal and running the floor. And this is how you develop chemistry out on the floor, understanding how you play, and you find your teammate in the open area.
Sean Marion led the NBA a season ago with points in the paint. When you take a look and canvass the history of Phoenix's offense, you see the name Sean Marion climbing up with Dick Van Arsdale, Kevin Johnson, Alvin Adams, and the great Walter Davis, taking it right up to number 1. That's the one thing about Sean Marion, and it's human nature with big names like Nash and Stoudemire on this team, not to feel like you're getting the kind of recognition, because his numbers, his statistics are as good as any single player in the league.
Well, his name always seems to get lost in the shuffle, but every February when you look up, he's always at the All-Star game with those 3.
A moving pick right there. And that goes on Jop, and he picks up his 3rd. And we know that on the bench right now, Dampier has 3. So they're going to downsize and go to their 3rd option, which has been Devin George. 2nd time he's come into the game under these kind of circumstances.
I like this team, though, that Avery has out there. I don't think that he needs a center at this point in time because they're not getting to the offensive board. So he's got Dirk really playing the center. Got a lot of toughness around him out there. Jason Terry, George, Stackhouse, and Devin Harris.
Nash and Barbosa, and at the same time, Leandro Barbosa.
Wow.
He's got 7, Reggie, in this quarter. I know you have played against some guys with a fast step, but how would you grade his first step, his speed, his quickness?
Well, he has to rate right up there with him, and what I like about him is he's one of those guards that can finish with either hand. You see the control right here as he gets into Dirk's body right there for the finish. And it's funny because when he came back from playing with Brazil for the World Championships, everyone's talking about how well he played, but people forget that he grew an inch and a half, and that's very rare for a player in his 20s, Coach.
Dirk picked up his 2nd foul. Anthony Johnson has just checked in for Devin Harris for the Dallas Mavericks. 6.5 to play in the half. Here's Dirk. You say he likes to get it right there. Marion is on him. Stackhouse. And Nowitzki again. Good offensive rebound. They've collected already 4 in this first half, have the Dallas Mavericks.
And you got to attack Amari Stoudemire. Whoever Amari Stoudemire is guarding, you got to take him off the dribble.
Nash is watching Stackhouse. Rose was faked out by Devin George.
They're expecting big things from Devin George. He's been really sick with a stomach ailment, hasn't played much. Here's Sean Marion unloading that 3 once again.
And Terry tries to come up with it and saves it for the Dallas Mavericks. And he comes flying the other way. Counted for 2 and a foul. And Terry has got that look that they need from him every night. He now has 10, becoming the 3rd player in the game in double figures.
When you play the Suns, you have to selectively run. When you have an opportunity, you want to take it, but you don't want to run for quick jump shots. Run for layups, points in the paint, get to the free throw line, and when Dallas does that, they've been very good.
I gotta run.
Bye, Dad. Bye, honey.
The 2007 Lincoln MKZ with a powerful new 3.5-liter engine and available all-wheel drive.
Hey, Grace, any phone calls?
A driving experience so exciting, it makes every commute a dream.
Morning, Mr. Johnson.
Grace?
Hi, boss.
Johnson?
My dream, to have the best office in town.
Hey, boss. Want to play catch?
I can take an early lunch.
Life's calling. Where to next?
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
A is for achievement. B is for brilliance. C is for creativity. Baby First TV, the only channel tailor-made to inspire babies. Subscribe before December 31st and enjoy our holiday gift to you. The best-selling parenting video in the U.S., The Happiest Baby on the Block by Dr. Harvey Karp. Call 1-800-531-5000 or visit us online, directtv.com/baby, to subscribe for less than the price of a single baby DVD. Watch your baby blossom. Baby First TV.
Whoever came up with the phrase want versus need? Okay, we don't need jewelry, but we want it.
Now, to want and to need is to have.
Jewelry Television opens the once closed world of beautiful jewelry to everyone. That's because Jewelry Television sells the same gold, platinum, and gemstone jewelry that your local jeweler sells, but at prices the local stores can't even buy for wholesale. Jewelry Television.
The NBA on TNT. Brought to you by Lincoln, Reach Higher, and by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines.
PJ is a single girl who loves to hang out with the boys. But when it comes to dating, it's a whole other ballgame.
What the hell was that? I have no idea.
My Boys, a TBS original comedy series, premieres November 28th, only on TBS.
It's a beautiful night here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're in downtown Phoenix with Reggie Miller, Doug Collins, and Craig Sager. This is Kevin Harlan. Jason Terry is at the free throw line. Upcoming is the 13th free throw attempt by Dallas. They are dead last in free throw attempts this year. Right now, much ahead of the Suns in that category in this game.
And that's been a big problem for Dallas. They've shot too many jump shots this year. They're shooting 23 pointers a game. Last year, only 14. So too many jump shots. Tonight, doing a much better job getting inside and getting to the free throw line.
Greg Buckner just came in the game and got a steal. And here is Terry in the mismatch on Amari Stoudemire. Jason Terry has now hit 2 consecutive shots. And he's got 13 for the Dallas Mavericks, 7 authored in this second quarter for Dallas.
And I think he did a great job out there taking his time against Amari.
Barbosa and Anthony Johnson. Knocked away by Diaw. And he stepped out of bounds. Nash, Marion, Stoudemire, Diaw, Barbosa, the Phoenix 5. George, Nowitzki, along with Terry, Buckner, and Anthony Johnson out there for Dallas. Right now, Phoenix is plus 9 points in three-point shooting tonight. And Dallas is plus 5 points at the free throw line.
That's hustle right there. That's how you show hustle and gain your trust of your teammates, by diving on the floor right there.
Especially when it's your superstar doing it. Nash slips it into Stoudemire.
That should have been a flush.
10 turnovers apiece. Got Diaw on Johnson.
See, I like Amari right now playing Nowitzki. Take the challenge. Get up and play Dirk. Make him work. Don't step up and let him shoot the ball. Get up and challenge him. You know, this is where you can earn that respect also too, Reggie. You take the challenge defensively, not just on the offensive end.
I mean, he's starting to look like he's getting a little tired. Breathing kind of heavy. If you don't crowd Dirk, this is going to be a crapshoot all night. You got to get up on Dirk, make him put the ball on the floor to his right, not to his left. But you give them those kind of looks. And I think Amari's just a little tired right now. He's tugging on his shorts a little bit. He's slouched over. He's not used to all these minutes.
Oh, what a pass by Boris Diaz. And once again, Marion there to slam it through. He's got 9 for the Phoenix Suns so far.
How often do we see when Marion gets that kind of dunk that it's usually Diaz that makes that pass?
Absolutely. Nowitzki with the game high 19 points.
One dribble, pull up, going left. That's what he likes to do. And if you crowd him, then he tries to fade and create space. Here's Nash with a long jump shot. He's a little bit out of sync now. He got off to a decent start, but uncharacteristically, he has 5 turnovers in the game tonight.
And 2 of 6 from the field.
That hip is probably really bothering him, but he's just trying to play through it. He recognizes how important he is to his team. There he's going left again, and Reggie talked about not fouling a jump shooter.
And you got to force Dirt to the right, and then hopefully help him come baseline side. But if he can go left and pull up one dribble, he is going to kill you.
Diaw picks up his 2nd personal foul, and here comes Dirk Nowitzki coming off a career high last year in points, shooting percentage, 3-point shooting, and free throw percentage. Averaged 26 a game last year and about 22 points this season so far.
Well, what's interesting is both of these teams can get some home cooking after this. Dallas has 7 of their next 11 at home, as well as Phoenix having their next 7 of 10 at home. So maybe they can put some strings together, get some wins together. You know, at breakfast we were talking about, you know, both of these teams last year went on streaks where they won 10-plus games last year. There was 5 teams last year that won 10-plus games. New Jersey joined it twice. So maybe in the back of their mind, they have something like this where they think they can go on a streak and get back into the race.
Stackhouse has just come in for Jason Terry for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, Reggie said the key was get Dirk touches. He has 21 here in the first half and still over 3 minutes to go. So he could be throwing up one of those 45-point nights tonight if he can sustain it.
He's had 50 against them in the playoffs last year.
I saw that game 5 of the playoffs. He was spectacular.
Diaw gets the 2nd offensive rebound for the Suns tonight. 5 for the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is on a 12-2 run right now. Nash with Anthony Johnson there. Barbosa around George. 11 Phoenix turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers have really been a problem for the Suns. Getting in the air, leaving your feet, and then looking to make passes.
Nowitzki defending is Stoudemire, and a foul called on Amari Stoudemire. And a timeout taken as Stoudemire picks up his 2nd. Dirk Nowitzki's 21 leading Dallas. And a technical foul has been leveled as well. We'll explain when we come back to Phoenix, Arizona.
This weekend, all the drama is on TNT.
Hello, ladies.
Friday at 8, Gone in 60 Seconds. Saturday at 8, Walking Tall. And Sunday at 8, Rush Hour 2. All the drama, all this weekend is on TNT.
I love the way you've decorated in here.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines with our $49 to $159 internet specials to 63 destinations nationwide. Purchased by November 16th.
You are now free to move about the country.
My dream was always to catch the perfect wave. And then I realized I caught 3.
The all-new Lincoln MKX with all-wheel drive. The perfect car for endless summers. Life's calling. Where to next?
Big time. Lil John delivers. Oh, yeah.
Every time the beat drop. 212, I sweep that was next year.
I'm with that.
I'll holler, man. Every time the beat drop.
This is a lot of food.
Steak, egg, and cheese burrito.
And there's tots in there, and onions, and green peppers.
I know.
It's no normal breakfast. It's like a breakfast. Like a breakfast. Wow.
Yeah, wow indeed.
Wow. Breakfast.
Steak, egg, and cheese burrito. Sonic's got it, others don't. Loaded with everything you want for breakfast. Try one today with the Sonic Sunrise. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
We all know how explosive Dirk Nowitzki can be, but he truly exploded in Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. After Tim Thomas blew him that kiss, Dirk went on to outscore him 29-zip, finishing with 50 points in that game.
A spectacular performance, and they were on the ropes in Game 5. They were down 7 at the end of that third quarter, and he went on that run, and he was fabulous. That was, to me, his coming out party in the NBA playoffs last year. And there are the numbers, Reggie. Down 7 with 3:27 to go in the third quarter. Steve Kerr and I were there for that game with Marv. A 47-24 run, and Dirk had 29 of them. Tim Thomas did not score after he blew him the kiss, so Dirk responded, and that was a critical game that gave him a 3-2 advantage. Then they came back here to Phoenix in Game 6. We're down 18 early in that game, fought back at halftime, won Game 6 to get themselves into the NBA Finals.
There was no technical called at the end of that last play. Nowitzki now has 11 points in the quarter and 23 for the game. Looked like Pavetta was going to go over and tee up Mike D'Antoni, and somehow D'Antoni talked him out of it and got over there and away, and so they took back what appeared to be the signal to give him a tee, and here is a three by Barbosa.
He's really found his legs tonight. He's really looking and finding his stroke. He's getting his feet under him. Big plus for the Phoenix Suns right now for Barbosa.
And Barbosa is 3 of 3, shooting the 3 tonight. Nice fake by Nowitzki, and biting it was Marion.
I think he likes to see the Phoenix Suns. He plays so well against this team. There's Barbosa once again. That's his 4th three. He's 4 of 4. I told you he's been very streaky. He was 6 of 8 the first game of the season, then went 5 of 18 in a 4-game stretch. Now 4 of 4. Reggie's on balance. Sometimes when he gets going so fast, he's not on balance, and that's when his shots become very streaky.
Barbosa has put in 14 points in the second quarter, 19 for the game. This is Jerry Stackhouse. Another offensive rebound by Dallas.
Anthony Johnson, the second smallest player on the court. And what I like right now, Dallas has it going so well. The rest of the Mavs can't just stand around and let Dirk do everything. They've got to continue to stay involved.
It's Jerry Stackhouse across the lane and finds 2. And Stackhouse, who started tonight, 8 points for the Mavs. Mavericks have a foul to give. It's a wide open 3 by Steve Nash.
You cannot double team off the passer. The easiest pass to make is right out to that guy who's in front of you, so you cannot leave him, especially if it's Steve Nash, who's shooting the ball so well this year. He's shooting 48% from the three-point line going into tonight's game.
Inside, Stackhouse couldn't get it. Here's Nash to Sean Marion. What terrific passing tonight by the Phoenix Suns. Nash comes up with his 5th assist, and Sean Marion has been dominant inside, 11 points in the paint.
Whoa. I mean, that was explosive.
That is up and over. Someone right there.
And Nowitzki inside for Kevin George, and he's in a straight jacket and finally fouled inside by Stoudemire.
I was looking for those mini tramps that they use when they bring them out at the end of quarters. Look at this.
I thought the pass was too high. I was wondering who he was throwing it to.
Dirk is standing there. He gets a ringside view of this. Look at Sean Marion. Man, what? See, this is where I like Sean Marion. I know sometimes I talk about his three-point shooting. I just think sometimes when he settles for those, he lets the defense off the hook. But when he penetrates and gets to the basket and runs the floor, this guy is such a sensational finisher.
Last year, we know he was one of 4 players in the NBA to have 20 points or more and 10 rebounds or more. The other 3 players, Kevin Garnett, Elton Brand, and Yao Ming. So he's among the best of the best in the NBA. When he's in there slashing, I mean, that is when he is at his best.
Like I said, his name goes unmentioned a lot because of Amari Stoudemire and Steve Nash. But as I said, every February, you see him at the All-Star game right along with them. So it lets you know that the real basketball purists know how valuable Shawn Marion is.
Mavericks had a foul to give.
Plus the Suns have showed him the ultimate respect. They've paid him a maximum contract. So it's not like they haven't paid this guy. I mean, they know what he's worth to them.
Final seconds. Screen by Stoudemire and Nash over Nowitzki. And that's the end of the first half. Dallas has led by as many as 10. The Suns have led by as many as 9. Dirk Nowitzki with a 25-point first half. Leandro Barbosa has gone 4 of 4 from three-point territory for the Phoenix Suns. Highly entertaining. Both teams over 54% shooting. Let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, Dirk, looks like this rivalry picking up just where it left off in the playoffs last year. But what's the difference in your game? 10 free throws already tonight, 17 as a team. What are you guys doing differently?
Well, you know, I thought personally I had a rough outing yesterday at the Clippers. I couldn't get anything going. And today I just wanted to establish myself early, be aggressive, get to the basket some, and look for my shots if it's there. If not, swing it and get the team involved. So just trying to play a little bit of an all-around game.
Everybody says Shawn Marion does a great job guarding Dirk Nowitzki. Yet you had 50 on him last June and also 25 already here tonight. What have you learned to do against him when he's guarding you?
Well, I just got to attack. You know, I can't settle for jumpers and fadeaway jumpers because he's long, he's athletic, he can stay in front of me and still challenge my shot. So I got to post him some and take him off the dribble some and just mix my game up, and that's what I'm trying to do.
All right, thanks a lot. With Dirk attacking, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 25 points in the first half. Now let's go to EJ at our studios in Atlanta.
You here by yourself?
Welcome back to a beautiful night in Phoenix, and tonight's HD aerials are presented by Lexmark. With Reggie Miller, Doug Collins, and Craig Sager, Kevin Harlan. Dallas is on top at halftime by 4 points. Reggie, Dirk Nowitzki's put in the 25, which leads all scorers. So take me to some of the other players on that Dallas team. Who's impressed you?
Well, I really like Jason Terry and Jerry Stackhouse. 8 of 13 combined from the field, 21 points. They're not solely relying on Dirk Nowitzki. They've got to keep it up in the second half and stay aggressive and not stand around and watch Dirk go to work.
And Doug, on the Phoenix side, Amari Stoudemire has been the topic of our first half.
We talked about how he's had good stretches of the game early, and as time has gone on, his production has gone down. And look tonight, first 4 minutes of the game, 5 points, hit both of his shots, no fouls, and then as he's gotten tired, only 2 points, 3 fouls. This is what he's got to push himself through so he can be a factor for this team as the year goes on. This is what they're trying to grow through with him as he's trying to incorporate himself back into the team. And then Kevin, Phoenix as a team, too many fouls. The Dallas Mavericks, 18 of 19 from the free throw line. Careless turnovers by the Suns, 11 turnovers that have led to 15 points.
Right now, let's take a look at our Dodge game summary through the first 24 minutes of this game. Both teams shooting great. Plus 15 for the Phoenix Suns above the three-point arc. And plus 11 points for Dallas at the line. Let's check in with our Craig Sager.
Well, Mike D'Antoni not at all happy with that first half. He questioned a few calls by the officials, but he said at halftime, he says it's not the officials' fault. We let them off the hook by not playing hard. He said the energy level for some reason is not there. As for Amari Stoudemire, he said he's trying. He was very pleased to see him diving for that loose ball. He said obviously he's going to struggle, but all I can ask is to give me his best effort, and that's what I got in that first half. As for Dirk Nowitzki, he says newsflash, the guy's good. He said, but this time in the second half, we're going to trap him more and try to give him some resistance. Kevin?
Well, I think what they were doing is to see if they could try to shut him down and not double him early to get other players off. Now with him going well, they've got to try to get the ball out of his hands and make somebody else make shots.
And this is Shawn Marion beginning it for the Phoenix Suns over Dirk Nowitzki and making it a 2-point game. Out there for the Dallas Mavericks, Devin Harris, Jop, along with Nowitzki, Stackhouse, and Jason Terry with the ball right now. Joppa screen, Barbosa following Terry. Out there for the Phoenix Suns, Marion, Barbosa, Diaw, Nash with the ball, and Amari Stoudemire.
And Jason Terry has to continue to be aggressive. They all cannot stand around and watch Dirk Nowitzki put on a show.
Two nice penetrating offensive plays by the Suns. Barbosa gets that basket right there. There is no Raja Bell tonight for the Phoenix Suns. Rib injury last night in San Antonio. Josh Howard is out. High left ankle sprain, maybe as much as 2-3 weeks. He will not be playing. And he is as good a player as this team has. Here's a three by Terry.
Well, Josh Howard is such a big part of this team because he defends, he slashes. He's been so good against the Phoenix Suns, and he really works well on that front line with Dirk Nowitzki. They're going to really miss him being out.
And this is Bell finding Barbosa. They swing it to Marion for three. His second three-point hit tonight.
And, Coach, I agree with you sometimes when Sean takes too many wide-open three-point shots. But when he's got it open in the corner, which I believe is his favorite three-point shot, those are the ones he needs to take. It's when he's shooting them above the arc in the three-point line is where he gets into trouble.
I agree, and also the corner one is the shortest three. It's the easiest one to make.
Stackhouse with the miss. Here comes Steve Nash, who has 6 assists tonight. He leads the NBA with over 11 assists a game. He's had a double-double every game this season for the Suns. Stackhouse on Nash. Screen by Stoudemire. Mismatch on Jock. Nash, second offensive rebound.
And that's Boris Diaw that kept that ball alive right there, tipping it to Nash and making the play for the bucket right there. Good offensive rebound by Boris Diaw and the Suns.
Dallas is winless coming into tonight, and technically they've lost 8 consecutive games. Last 4 of the finals last year, first 4 regular season games this year. We'll go inside the Jop. Devin Harris is uncovered. And Jop taps it in.
That's what he does. He's going to be around the front of that rim.
And that is a three, the 5th in 5 tries by Leandro Barbosa.
See, that's why the Suns don't want to foul so much, because they give up a tip for a score and they run down to get a 3. They'll trade 3 for 2. When they stop the clock by fouling, they don't get those fast break opportunities in those early threes. That's very, very difficult to defend against.
It's Stackhouse inside to Terry. And a Phoenix foul. Suns come in 1 and 4. They lost last night in overtime to San Antonio.
Well, you give up a 2 and you get the ball out quickly. Sean Marion somewhat running the secondary break and finds Leandro Barbosa for a wide open 3.
And in the Sun system on their transition game, they run to the corners. You know, Reggie, a lot of teams, guys will want to stop out at that 3-point line on the wing. You are great at this. Run, and if you don't have it, keep going to the corner.
Yes.
So now your point guard's got some place to go with the ball. If you stop at the wing area, they just build a wall and you have no chance to penetrate.
Leandro Barbosa picked up his second personal foul. Saves it there. Then it's intercepted by Harris. They got a 3-on-1. The foul on Diaw, and a hard one it is. I really just think that Harris is off balance. The 3rd foul is assessed Boris Diaw.
That's pretty good hustle by Boris Diaw out there. You never want to give a wide open layup right here. Devin Harris does a good job of coming up with a steal, and Boris Diaw, both players are going full momentum right here. And it's a good play on the ball, good hard play. You go for the basketball, try to get the block, your momentum takes them out of bounds.
Former Big Ten Player of the Year at the University of Wisconsin, Devin Harris. You know, Dallas did not stand pat during the offseason. I guess, Doug, and you've said this before, the playoffs, more than any other time of the season, really exposes your weaknesses, and they tried to patch that up during the offseason.
And absolutely, and they wanted to bring in another point guard because Devin Harris has struggled with some injuries, so they want somebody they can put out there with Jason Terry late in games, and Jason Terry now can play as a 2 guard, and then Anthony Johnson can play as a point guard because Devin Harris had injuries last year. He missed 20-something games last year. He's missed games this year, in preseason with an injury. And so they have to protect themselves with some veteran players come playoff time.
You just saw a picture moments ago of Austin Crozier, who was acquired in a trade with the Indiana Pacers.
Well, he was supposed to fill the role left by Keith Van Horn.
Yes.
Someone to stretch the floor, play pick and roll with Dirk Nowitzki. Steve Nash shoots over Dirk Nowitzki right there, but they want him to play pick and roll with Dirk Nowitzki.
Nash takes a hard hit. He's got 10 points. There was a charge on the play. And that goes on Devin Harris, who picks up number 3.
That's where Devin Harris's game has to grow. He has to be able to see there's really no place to go there and pull that ball back out.
It's Barbosa, who has not missed a three-point shot tonight until right there. He is 5 of 6. They're going to be careful of Stackhouse's minutes as he has the ball at the other end.
Well, that's why Josh Howard being out is going to put a lot of minutes on Jerry Stackhouse. They can get away with that for a couple weeks, but they would like to keep Jerry Stackhouse's minutes 25 to 28 minutes. You get him starting 35, 37 a night, then he's going to have problems with those legs and knees. And tonight he has 21 minutes. Last night he played 37.
Nice hit over Marion by Dirk Nowitzki. His first 2 points of this second half. Now at the game high 27. Nash has it blocked inside. Marion going out of bounds, looking for that ball. He just picked up his second personal foul a couple seconds ago actually, and he was diving right there. And that's the kind of thing these coaches want to see. These are two energy teams. They want to see energy plays like that.
Well, these are two desperate teams right now. 1 and 8 combined between the two teams. Who really wants it more? And the only way you're going to do it is by the little things. Loose rebounds, diving on the floor. So those are the things that both coaches really want to see out of their teams.
Both said it before the game. That's what gets us going. Good looking 3 by Terry.
See, now they got the switch, and where Dirk caught that ball, he could see the double team coming, and he threw it right back to Jason Terry for the open 3. That's what they did against the Spurs, as Steve Nash once again gets right back into that lane, and that high arcing jump shot, that soft touch.
Nash now has 12, and Terry beforehand put in his 22nd point. Terry's got 22 points in 18 minutes tonight for the Dallas Mavericks. It was kicked.
Kevin, here's that two-man game. They get the switch, and see, now Dirk can see the double team coming. When he does, he finds the open man. They can't get there in the rotation. That's the way they try to attack the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Stackhouse loading up a 3, and Reggie's talked all night long about his production. Jerry now has 11 points in the game.
Well, it's becoming a shootout now. No defense played on either team. And what Dirk's first half does allows everyone else to get involved, because now Phoenix has to double. He's finding, when we talked about Dirk getting touches, not necessarily to score, but to find other players. He's found Jason Terry for a 3. He's found Jerry Stackhouse for a 3.
Stackhouse hits again. And Stackhouse now has 13 points.
Remember now, Jerry Stackhouse, I think, has the United Center record in Chicago, like 58 points he had there one night. This guy has been an explosive scorer throughout his career.
Tiao knocking one down. Finishing up on Stackhouse, you know, he's worked a lot with Rolando Blackman. That has almost been like his personal coach with the Mavericks.
Well, that's a good guy to learn from, because Rolando Blackman played that 2-guard position. Reggie knows, he was one tough customer.
Here's Terry.
See where he get that ball again, isolation in the middle of the floor. And he goes to work against a smaller player and just tries to shoot over the top of him. That's that operating area that Dallas likes to get in the middle of the floor. It makes double teaming so difficult.
3 straight now for Stackhouse. Stoudemire taking it inside and counted for 2 and a foul. Slowly but surely, they're trying to get Stoudemire in shape and ready for plays like this. Reflections of the old Stoudemire. Jop just picked up his 4th foul. The big men having some foul trouble for Dallas. The Mavericks on top by 4 on TNT.
Easy up there.
Look around, and what do you see? A beautiful world for you and for me. Let's fall in love Open your eyes and what will you find? Let's fall in love. Rainbows and seashells and blue skies above. Now is the time for love. Look around and what do you see?
For the best deals on Vegas room, shows, and more, just follow the arrow. Vegas.com. Do Vegas right.
My favorite NBA League Pass moment?
Yeah, run and shoot game.
When Seattle beat Phoenix 152 to 149. 301 points.
NBA League Pass lets you follow your favorite players and teams, even if they're in one city and you're in another.
I was just sitting at home in Jersey.
Chilling at home in D.C.
I'm thinking, man, I want to play in this game. With games in HD on NBA League Pass this year, it'll feel like I am.
Don't miss a minute of live NBA action. Get NBA League Pass now for just $199. To order, call DirecTV, Dish Network, or your local cable provider.
You want to score big? Get NBA League Pass.
The NBA on TNT. Brought to you by PlayStation 2. Live in your world, play in ours. And by Vegas.com. For the best deals on Vegas rooms, shows, and more, book now at Vegas.com.
I know. I was like, look at this. Sold out U.S. Airways Center here in Phoenix with Doug Collins, Reggie Miller, and Emmy Award-winning reporter Craig Sager and Hall of Famer Charles Barkley back in our studio. This is Kevin Harlan. As we move through the night, we'll take a look at what's coming up on TNT. Sir Charles will be there with the Jet and Ernie in studio. And they'll do Who He Play For. Then next Thursday, it's another exclusive doubleheader. The Bulls will take on the Rockets, and the Golden State Warriors will host the Sacramento Kings. Who He Play For on TNT at post-game show. Here's Stoudemire at the free throw line. You know, these are players, and Doug, you touched on this in the first half, but I think it's a nice topic to go back and visit. You know, these are not the same guys, basically, that he played with a couple years ago.
Absolutely not. I mean, it's a totally different team other than really Sean Marion and Steve Nash being out there. Now, Barbosa played a little bit, but not the role that he plays now for this team.
Dion, no. Rose, no.
Absolutely not. I mean, Kurt Thomas, no. And